Hello YouTubers, this is Pokemon Battle Schemes with a random battle video showcasing mostly all of my current battle strategies. So, my opponent sends out Shofu and I send out Volcarona. I switch into my Lodic, fearing the Rock Slide, which he does use. But what I didn't expect was the critical hit that he got, so now my Lodic's totally ruined. Poor my Lodic. Poor my Lodic. I send in Flygon. And I do expect a switch, but I don't expect it. I never expected him to switch into Conkeldurr. I go for the Rock Slide, which is not very effective. He has Red Card, which sends back in Volcarona. Volcarona goes for Hurricane, which misses, and then Barricade goes for the bulk up. He then goes for Mach Punch, which does little to no damage. I go for another Hurricane, and it misses again. And then I go for another Hurricane. Oh my god, I'm saying Hurricane so many times. I go for another Hurricane, and this time it finally hits, and it actually kills him, so yay me! Now he sends out his Braviary, so I have to switch out. Poor Volcarona. But I send in Cradilly to totally absorb the Brave Bird. Because that's what he does. He's a wall. He absorbs stuff. Like a boss. So he goes for another Brave Bird, unsurprisingly. And it leaves me with very little HP left. I go for a Recover, and I gain half of that HP back. Next, he goes for another Brave Bird, and it takes me back down to low HP. And if you were paying attention, you would notice that the recoil is slowly killing his Braviary. So now he decides to switch, and he switches into Tremophant, which may have cost him the match. So I go for the Recover, and now I am at full health. He goes for Ice Shard, and he has an Ice Gem, so it has improved power. And it does close to no damage. I go for a Toxic, and it does a lot of damage. So now I go for a Stealth Rock because I have a free turn. So I go for a Stealth Rock. That's what I do on free turns, just so you know. I go for the Rock Slide because that is my only attacking move. And yeah, he goes for another Earthquake. But lucky for me, I'm faster than him, so I can go for a free Recover. Yay, Recover. Woot woot, Recover. Woot woot, woot woot. Alright, enough of that. Okay, so he goes for another Ice Shard, which takes me down to 40 HP. I go for a Recover, and I gain all of that HP back. Or almost all of it. And the Toxic damage finally catches up to Tremophant and takes him out. He sends back in Nightwing, and I should have predicted the superpower, but I didn't want to, because I didn't feel like it. So, yeah. I go for a Recover because I can. And then I switch out now that I have recovered my health. I send in Frostlass because I know he's scarfed. So, superpower won't affect him. He withdraws Nightwing, and he sends out Shofu. I go for the T-Bolt, and I do a lot of damage to Shofu. Poor Shofu. I go for another Thunderbolt, and I take out Shofu. He sends back in Nightwing, but Nightwing gets taken out by Stealth Rock. So now he sends in his Umbreon Kiana. I do indeed expect the payback, so I switch into Cradilly, who obviously absorbs the payback. He then goes for the Attract, which is a surprising move considering how unreliable it is. I go for the Recover, and I gain a lot of HP back. And I could have either stayed in and gone for the Toxic, or tried to, but I switch out into Demanitan. He goes for the payback, and it does not a lot of damage. Now I go for the superpower, and Umbreon goes down like the little that it is. Even though Umbreon's really is awesome, because I have one of them, and they are very bulky.